Okay ka lang bro? May ano
Medyo,
pa?
grabe yun ah.
Grabe oh. Yung pinaggagawa mong drumming kanina intense. So, welcome bro dito sa
Thank you, thank
Rimshot
you,
Live Podcast.
thank you.
Pakiala ka lang muna, sino ba si Moon Cairo Peralta?
Grabe. Yeah, I am currently a session drummer for Cup of Joe and and Amori mainly. Yeah, it's basically all I've been doing now. Sideline from time to time. Sometimes I help arrange some intros for other artists as well. That's basically it now. Yeah.
Full-time drummer.
For now, yeah. As of now, I am. I mean, I can't escape it. I really, I really like drumming. Love drumming. So
Ano ba kaya? Family of musicians ba?
yeah,
Or
yeah. Both my parents are musicians. My dad is a drummer. He used to play for River Maya for like 8 years, I think, and he sessioned for a lot of other bands before River Maya. My mom is a singer, songwriter. They had a band called Ascension together, both of them. Not exactly clear how they met, but I do know that my dad auditioned for my mom's band back in the day. Kind of how they met, but yeah, definitely a family of musicians. Yeah.
mga kapatid? Meron bang...
I have a younger brother who plays piano. Yeah, he's
Okay.
more on OST, orchestra stuff, scoring. Medyo ganun siya. Like he likes the music and games, stuff like that. Very piano centric.
Aside from drumming, may ano ka ba? Instrument na
Um
magaling din?
nah, I mean I dabble in guitar, a bit of bass too, and enough to play chords and enough to sort of make stuff in Logic, stuff like that. But drums is definitely my main instrument.
Okay, oh.
Yeah.
Saan ka based ngayon at kung may pangarap ka bang lipatan?
Uh, Now I'm well born and raised here in Manila. Um, I did move to Baguio for a couple of years to try to finish college, but it didn't work out for me. I ended up playing for Cup of Joe already.
Mm.
So, stopped college and now I'm here in Manila. I live in Makati now, and my parents live in Mandaluyong. So, yeah, anywhere basically anywhere. Yeah,
Anywhere.
yeah, medyo nomad.
Cairo is everywhere.
Sometimes Baguio.
What's your drumming story? Ba't ka ba nag-drums? And sino yung biggest mentor mo?
Definitely biggest mentor is dad. Like my dad, never really sat down with me, um, teach me how to play, but I would watch his gigs all the time. Ever since I was a kid, um, started watching him in church, and then later on he would bring me to gigs. Um, yeah, like I would come home, and I tried to mimic how dad plays, just by ear and just by watching how he plays. Basically, it. Like I can't really think of anyone else who taught me how to feel or speak through drums more than that. I mean, I've watched other drummers through YouTube and all that, but watching dad play was different. It wasn't he was teaching me not technicalities, but how drumming was his language. It was not like I'm an artist or and all that. He was speaking through the drums, so that was something that I really wanted to mimic. And also, since he was based, I've watched him play in church, so even like through worship, speaking and playing drums through worship really was a language for how I perceived it.
It's an interesting angle na to see a person speak
Mm.
through drums.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Interesting na mas effective nga siyang tignan. Parang kung titignan mo na yung drumming is a form of communication,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
hindi lang hindi lang expression eh, parang yung nga, na-mention mo na speak eh, di ba?
Yeah.
Nakapagsalita ka gamit yung drums lang alone eh, no?
Yeah,
And,
yeah, for sure. I mean,
well, actually, di ba yun naman ang history ng percussion
mm,
before, di
before,
ba?
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
means of communication naman talaga eh.
Yeah.
Diba? Sa mga
Actually,
tribe, ganyan. Yeah, it makes sense even sa modern drum set. Mas ano nga, kung titingnan
mm,
mo
yeah.
ng ganun din.
I mean, I started with, since dad has a business of drum facilitation. So growing up, there was a bunch of African drums in the house, whether that be djembe or tubanos, whatnot. So those were the easiest to access in the house. Like just tap on them. So accompanying dad with these drum facilitation gigs, it became sort of my first instrument. Not exactly drums, but a percussion instrument, djembe. So being in the circle, seeing someone across you playing, it was a form of communication, and I kind of understood that early on, and that has always encouraged that, being free in music and even in drums, just drums, like just djembes or like just African drums. There was no backing track, no guitar, no melody. It was just drums. So yeah, definitely a form of communication for me.
You grew up very exposed in a percussion environment,
Yeah,
no?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Parang
yeah,
ganun
yeah,
yung, it
yeah,
sounds like it
yeah,
eh.
yeah.
Anong ma-advise mo para makuha yung big gigs nga tulad ng makasama sina Sir Eli Bendia, yan, Cup of Joe. Ano yung
Mm.
ma-advise mo to anyone na like maka-experience din ng ganung level of collaborations or
Oof.
yun nga, to get big gigs?
Um,
Advice.
Oof. Honestly, connections play a big part of it, and also just mastering your craft. I see a lot of other drummers posting videos and just uh, covering other songs, and really, really, really good covers. And I don't know, but for me, that's a really big step already, just to put yourself out there and to put out all these covers. Um, I don't know, just keep doing what you do. For me, I a big part of it is really really prayer, because I don't think I'd be here without, like, believing in a path that God set for me. So I thought that I wasn't gonna be playing drums up until now. So my parents were really kept me grounded in that sense. Connections, I don't know. Yeah, just even if you're not playing a gig, go to those places. Go to a Sagiho gig. Watch live shows. Get inspired by other drummers. I was maybe 18 when I started watching let's say the Tim, One Click Straight, Saint Wolf, for Spades. They were the ones who showed me music can be like this in a small venue. It doesn't have to be in a big show
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
sound to be that big, and uh, it exposed me to so much. So definitely going out there, even if you're not playing the gig, just go out there, watch shows, watch. Yeah, just be inspired by other musicians. I think that's something that a lot of people don't do nowadays. YouTube can be enough. There's something else. There's something different about going to a show, going into that venue, feeling the live music, seeing the people, how they move, how they perform, and eventually, introducing yourself, meeting other people will connect you to others.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I will agree. Parang simpleng guestings, ganito. Parang,
Yeah.
really, watch local big shows. Kahit anong shows.
Yeah.
Minsan nga dahil yung guesting nabibigla lang eh. Parang trip ko
Mm.
lang talagang as a form of parang weekend
Mm.
labas.
Mm.
Gimmick, no?
Gimmick lang, yeah.
Pero, set aside the good gigs, what's your, worst gig?
Worst gig. Mm, I can't really say worst gig, but the gig that I felt the worst. Like it wasn't really a bad gig. It was really a bad gig, but the gig that I felt the worst. I had a band called Nobody's Home back in the day. Not back in the day. It was like 2018. Very short lived band. It was with Anna Dex, who plays bass now for Rico, also plays for Zild. Justin Punzalan on the guitars, who is part of Kindred, like some sort of like boy band. I don't know what you call them now.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
They
ano yung
rap, they
feeling
sing,
na,
yeah.
ano yung
And
feeling na
then
worst?
the singer was Ion, who was the son of the Ellie. So we had a gig in Sigiho, and I didn't have the SPD back then. I would use Prime. It was an iPad thing to run backing tracks. And I wasn't well versed with backing tracks yet. It was one of the first few gigs that I was trying to figure things out, how to play backing tracks. And then I was so annoyed and so pissed because the click track or the backing tracks weren't aligning,
Align. Oh,
or
gets ko na.
it wasn't the way I wanted it to sound out there. So there's just a lot to learn. But I left
Hmm.
that gig really down, and I didn't know how to.
Oh.
Should I still do the backing tracks or whatever? Because it's a whole new world that I there was no one to be like, oh, this is how you do it. Kasi
Ah.
parang, oh, this is how.
Tsaka ano yun, 2018, no?
Yeah, yeah,
Ah,
2018.
parang dumadami pa, unti-unti pa lang gumagamit, no? Ng
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
backing tracks.
yeah.
So, ano, yung dun sa iPad, hindi lang align yung ano,
Parang I don't know
konti
eh. Like
lang.
I feel like it was skipping. Maybe it was a because it was in charge or
Or
something.
bahala
Parang
na,
ganun
baka
eh.
luma na din or
Dami.
baka
So many
baka yung RAM din
factors.
na
Yeah. So
baka
many factors that could have been into play.
so feeling worst nga, no?
Yeah, feeling worst. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, alam
It
ko yun,
wasn't really a bad
parang,
gig though. I
yeah,
really had
yeah,
fun.
yeah. Anong inaral mo nung college at anong
Ah,
ginagawa mo ngayon?
so my first try to college, I tried. I got into music production and biniled. I did maybe 2 years there, or maybe a year and a half, until pandemic, and then I stopped. I didn't continue, and then I wanted to stop music. I wanted to not play anymore, and then I told myself, you know what? I prayed about it, and I felt like God was telling me, like, go to Baguio, like just apart from the Manila crowd and all that. And I was like, okay. So and my dad's from Baguio, so my lola's house was still there. I moved there. I got enrolled, and then I took up mass comm because I wanted to get a course that was still sort of related to media, like para hindi sayang yung mga connections ko sa like sa music. I still wanted to use that in mass comm, hopefully. I did maybe a year and a half also of that, and then yeah, I met Cup of Joe, so that kind of
Ay,
took
oh, di
off.
ba ano rin sila? Doon rin ba sila based?
That's where they were formed, but a
Mm.
lot, majority of them are from Pangasinan, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah,
Anong masasabi mong biggest failure mo?
biggest
And
failure.
anong natutunan mo doon? Or in general, music man or hindi.
Hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about this.
Ano na, no, something, ano na tayo, no? Philosophical
Yeah,
na.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I I don't think I don't think I don't consider any of my failures as failures. I think of them as setbacks. I think that iba kasi parang I feel like if I consider them as failures, so just like I I look back at it as a failure, just a failure.
Oo, oo.
Iba eh, like I need to okay, I did something, how am I gonna respond to it? And I feel like God really put everything in my career for a purpose for it. Like whether that be in that Sagiho gig where the iPad failed, or even Aurora. We did Aurora and recently, and then the click track came out of the speakers, like the front of house, that's like 60,000 people hearing intro 2, 3, 4 and all that stuff like that. I think it really um there's a purpose for it. So I can't really pinpoint what I could consider the biggest failure, but um uh definitely grateful for all the failures.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
ever
yeah.
been. Yeah.
So more failures, more
Yeah, yeah.
grateful.
Yeah, definitely. Like I need to keep learning, you know. I mean, I wouldn't be here if I thought that I could settle for that. Like, you know.
Ah, aside from your dad, syempre, sino ang mga idol mong musicians?
Mm, in drums lang.
Kahit hindi drums, sino, musicians.
Musicians. Well, definitely on the top of the list, somewhere in the top of the list is John Bellion. He's a music producer, and you watch his YouTube videos, super inspiring. Like,
Teka, familiar sa akin yung, white guy ba siya?
yeah.
Na middle-aged?
Yeah, he has got a
Familiar,
beard and
familiar.
all that. He produced a lot of good pop hits. Produced for and wrote for like Justin Bieber, Maroon 5, and all these other. I'm not sure. I think Maroon 5. Yeah. Recently did like, the Jonas Brothers record, which I loved. One thing about John Bellion, I think, is when you watch him talk about music, for a moment, it doesn't feel like he's talking about music the way we define it, like as music that we listen to is just purely an art form that he loves being in. Like he just loves creating. He loves speaking. You know, if I speak in drums, he speaks in songwriting. He speaks in. He can be playing the same like Jade Dilla beat for like an hour and just feel every emotion through that pocket and all that. So John Bellion definitely for drummers. Um, Kaz is definitely on top. Kaz
Sino yan?
Rodriguez. He's a
Okay.
Zildjian drummer.
Ah.
He made all these like drumless tracks.
Mm.
A lot of drummers like Rico Nichols and Devon Sticks use his minus like drumless tracks, just groove, and
Mm-hmm.
he's not the kind of drummer that is just chops. I don't know why, like I don't know, for some reason it's really storytelling on how he plays for me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Kumbaga, for you, it's not all chops.
yeah.
Hindi, pero pag nag-chops ka, may lumalabas eh. Hindi mapigilan eh.
Wala eh.
May bala eh.
So yeah, Kaz Rodriguez, Devon Sticks Taylor for sure, definitely because of introducing me to that hybrid setup, like having triggers and then just knowing how to input those in between, stuff like that. Again, I'm not a chops drummer, but stuff like having, I don't know, like an air horn, I don't know, input it in a drum sort of
Gets.
patch is really wild.
How about some local musicians naman?
Local
Drummers,
musicians, hmm. Mm, oh, of course, Dad. We established that. Another one is Sir Junjun Regalado. I really love how he plays, just with some finesse. It's just such finesse. Um, who else? Junjun Regalado. Sir Rickson. Rickson's crazy drummer. Um, sino pa ba? Kuya Ken, umahan na, he mentored me through the duration of the preparation for Silakbo, the
Yeah,
concert
yung
in
concert.
Araneta. Not exactly by like teaching stuff, but he was just really encouraging. Like for a drummer of his caliber, I really thought having him as an MD would be just so much pressure. Like I'm the drummer and he's a drummer too, so I'm like, I can only play until this. But he was really encouraging, and I really appreciated him through just learning his arrangements, and
Mm.
even he was the one who bulldozed me to buy like the china and the splash, yung mga stacks,
Ah.
how to incorporate that. And I would never in a million years like think that I'd buy a splash and stacks, but he was the one who's like, "Eh, kaya mo yan. Like you can, I know you can play stuff like that." So yeah, for now, uh, well, another sorry, one more. See, Sir Mike Dizon. Oh my gosh, like I've never heard Pocket like
Mm,
him.
mhm, mhm.
Crazy. Like I would watch Sandwich play in 1 2 3 block and just enjoy how he plays. Maybe not a fan for everyone, but I, my gosh, kudos. I really love and enjoy watching him play. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Oh, high caliber, top tier yung mga binanggit mo eh. Sobrang top tier eh. Makakapag-dinner ka sa kahit sinong tao,
Hmm.
patay man or buhay. Like, yeah. Sino yun? Tatlong tao.
Tatlo. Um. Oof.
Another, ano, philosophical, ano na.
Yeah. Maybe one would be. I don't know why, but on top of my head, Quincy Jones. I don't know why. Maybe because he just wrote such great songs, and I'd love to be in that table with him. Quincy Jones, definitely one. Um, Second, Sting. For some
Mhm.
like, even when I was a kid, Dad would show me the 10 Summer's Tales, am I right? That album. The way he would write songs was just crazy to me, and to hear him talk about life or whatever, I would definitely would love that. Um, Sting, and who's the third? Um, ooh, probably John Bellion. Yeah, probably
Sino yun? Familiar.
John Bellion. He's the music producer I mentioned a while ago. Yung,
Ay, oo nga pala.
yeah,
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 yung
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely those
Oo.
three: Quincy,
Kwentuhan,
John
no?
Bellion, Sting. For
Mm.
some reason, such a random group,
Random.
but yeah, 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 yeah.
Tanggalin yung pagiging drummer sa'yo. Like,
Mm.
everything music. Uh, yun nga, kaya not a musician. Outside that, ano yung other passions, hobbies mo?
Ooh. It's always been a question actually before, like even switching from music production to mass comm. I genuinely don't know what I'd do if I wasn't in music. Music has always been around. Like my parents have are musicians. I grew up in a world of music, so um, it's nothing. I don't know anything else but that. But um, if I were to choose, I mean, I love clothes. I love fashion. I love film too. Um,
Parang nasa realm pa rin ng, ay, ng creativity
yeah,
eh. Yeah,
yeah.
no?
It's really that I can't imagine myself apart from the art industry. Definitely, but never dived into anything else but music. Like I don't know anything about film. I don't know anything about fashion.
Ano lang, hilig lang,
Yeah, yeah,
hilig
yeah,
lang.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Anong biggest misconception sa'yo ng
Ooh,
mga tao? Tingin mo lang na pwede nating
a
iklaro
lot,
ngayon,
a
no?
lot. There's a lot. There's a lot. I've heard a lot through the years. I mean, I haven't been in the industry for a long time, but before people were scared that I was like not approachable. Maybe because I wasn't smiling in like a Sagiho gig. But that's one misconception that I've heard. Another thing is um, maybe for artists that I appreciate, they think that, I think maybe because they know my dad also, they expect that my skill level is a bit, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's definitely not there. Like I have a long way to go. Uh, like playing for, I remember, Pupil, that was really a challenge. Or even playing like with Tita Ellie, those two gigs just, I don't know, it was something else. I really appreciated it. I learned so much from that gig, those 2 gigs. For one, like playing out without a backing track and all that. But yeah, I think that's one misconception that they think that I'm this. I can do like prog rock or whatever.
Okay,
That
okay.
I'm a chops kind of guy.
Ah.
Um,
Hindi, pero meron bro eh. Yung pwedeng sabihin, may chops eh, tsaka may technicalities. Pero mas mag-agree ako na someone ka na very well-versed gamitin yung drums as a manner of speaking. Kumbaga
mm,
express na express mo yung ano eh, yung yung feeling ng kanta. Kung
mm,
kaya ito yung narinig namin sa studio, parang sa live, ay, oh,
yeah,
yan nga
yeah,
yung
that's
feeling
really
niya
what I
nga.
want to convey. Then, as a highly melancholic person, like I really want to convey that talaga.
Ay, so, last question, simple lang, what makes you happy?
Whoa, happy. What makes me happy? Oh, mm,
Alam mo, usapang drums to lahat, no?
yeah, nga eh. Ayun. Rimshot sticks. I'm kidding. Wow, what makes me happy? Mm, family, quality time, and that moment of, I don't know, that euphoric moment when you're creating.
Mhm.
That one spark, definitely.
Mm.
I think now it's like what's keeping me going. Reconnecting with friends, just quality time, and then um, having to see, your family also progress through everything, and um, at the same time, as a creative person, looking for that euphoric moment when you're in the studio and you're like, now I made that beat or whatever. That's
Basta,
something.
yung creative process talaga na yun lang yung nagpapaligaya sa'yo, parang
Yeah,
ganun,
yeah,
no?
yeah, yeah. Something else. Yeah.
Okay, so, punta tayo sa fast talk. So, sagot ka
Right.
lang ng mabilisan.
Okay.
Game, Cairo. Black or white?
Black.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Banana ketchup or tomato ketchup?
Tomato ketchup.
S-Lex or N-Lex?
That's Lex.
With sugar or without sugar?
With sugar.
Lights on or lights off?
Lights on.
Anong dream car mo?
Ooh, Hummer. Hummer 2.
Ah, malaki ah. Red Horse or Pilsen?
Red Horse.
Anong size ng sapatos mo?
8.
Anong size ng drumstick mo?
5A.
Finish this sentence. Ako si Moon Cairo Peralta at ako ay
Drummer.
drummer. Ganun lang.
Drummer musician. Yeah,
Drummer
yeah, for now,
musician.
yeah.
Thank you, bro, for being
Thank you so
present
much.
sa
Thank you.
Rimshot Live Podcast.
Yeah. Thanks, man.